It's like you are, I can say it's like you are trying to become that which you already are.
Mm-hmm.
Angalia, don't try. Don't even try to, when in meditation, do not have any expectations. Immediately you have expectations, you have involved your physical mind. Don't have expectations that I want to feel this, I want to feel that, I want to feel. You don't have to feel nothing. If you want to catch the Spirit of God within, you don't have to feel nothing. You just have to be yourself
Mm-hmm.
with the breath only. You don't have to have like, oh, I want to experience this, I want to experience. You just have to be present and breathe and be with yourself, not attached to anything, not being that, just being with yourself, not even trying to figure out anything, just be with the breath, period. Haitaki drama. Hii game ni simple sana. It's complicated. The easiest things are the hardest to do, and the hardest things are the easiest to do. When people are told that you have to to overcome these 10 commandments, you have to fast, you have to pray keshas, you have to give tithes, people are going to do that because they want to experience it. But to be with themselves, by themselves, with themselves, they can't. This is the only way you are going to experience God, nothing else. God has got no system. You cannot even want to pass, like what experience you want to experience God this. You can't. You are already part of that. Just be still and know. Period. Haitaki drama hii. The Bible is very clear. Salvation shall only come to the Jews, not the Gentiles. And he is not a Jew who that is outward. He is not a Jew who that is outward. Just be with yourself and be present with your breath. Feel. Just, you don't have to think even about things of God. Just feel each and every part of your body within you, your blood flowing, your cells. Feel them, feel your bones, and feel everything. Period. It only takes that. To experience God, it only takes that. If it is your practice, you'll feel bliss, you'll feel the presence, you'll feel the connectedness to the presence of God. And you will be in control of your outward reality, because
I
the
hear you.
because the outward reality is all but the reflection of the within. As within, so without.
So without.
All the chaos we are experiencing outside of our lives are but the turmoils within us. When you are still within yourself, when you are still within yourself, the Christ within rises up. That is what total surrender is. When you are still within, the without even changes. When you are still, the Christ within wakes up. And when he wakes up, all the storm outward of you calm down. When the disciples were in the boat with Christ, these things are written in the Bible, but people don't read their scriptures. When they went fishing and there was a storm, let me tell you one thing, it was
Mm-hmm.
because, go read that verse. Christ was asleep and the storm was very furious, and they woke up Christ. And when Christ woke up, the storm calmed down. It is there in the Bible. So when you become still with total surrender within, what rises above you is the Christ, and all the storms outside of you reside. They all disappear. Yes.
Hey, brother, if I may add to that a little bit,
Yeah.
as far as meditation, before I used to misunderstand meditation. I think a lot of people misunderstand what meditation is. I used to think also it's like, okay, you're supposed to still your mind and not to have any thoughts, and it's supposed to have this blissful and wonderful experience, sitting down or sitting still. And I tell you, that was the worst experience, because every time I do that, or I sit down saying, okay, now I'm going to meditate and I'm going to quiet my mind, oh, my mind will go on overdrive, right? So it was always a problem. I mean, I get a little bit in, but most of the time, I was not able to keep my mind still, or to steal my mind, which is what I thought meditation was. However, what I've come to learn, meditation is being aware and being inclusive of everything. Whatever it is that is happening, you are aware of that. If you're having a lot of thoughts, be aware of that. Try to observe those thoughts, right? If you're experiencing some type of emotions or whatever it is that you're experiencing, just be aware of that, of what's happening, right? Just stealing physically your physical body and just being aware of what's going on. And in this sense, I found out that it's very easy to get into a meditative mode, which is you can even do what you're doing, everything else. All you have to be in the moment. And no matter what that moment is, no matter what chaos is going on, or no matter how many thoughts you are having, no matter whatever a storm is going on, like Brother Salim is saying, just be in the moment, right? And right there and there, you are in meditation mode. Another thing that really helps me is the breath, right? If you observe your breath, you cannot do anything else. If you pay attention to this, you realize it's true. And this have helped me a lot with a lot of things. Just not meditation. When I'm having maybe negative thoughts, judgmental, when I'm judging, when I'm feeling some type of way, when I want to get out of some type of emotion or whatever going on, I observe my breath, because again, the breath, you're always breathing in and out, in and out. You don't control this with your mind. You don't control it with anything else. It just happens by itself. If you observe that, just the breath, just I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in, just watch that, and you realize that whatever else that if his thoughts are coming in, they'll disappear. And again, you eventually probably forget about the breath, and then you find yourself getting caught up again with whether it's the thoughts, whether it's whatever you was being caught up in. Always remember to go back to the breath. Even if you are having a stressful day, or you're having a day that is, not so good. That's why people say, hey, take deep breaths when, you're having difficulty. But, even now having difficulties or whatever, or you experience something that is not so pleasant, if you try to observe your breath, just you breathing in and out, you realize that you become in the present right away, and everything else just fades. And in that way, that's one way that personally I have learned to kind of, be in a meditative mode, or being in the present moment, being present. Watching the breath have really, really helped me. But again, meditation is not just, it's not quieting your mind. It is, it is including your mind into yourself, or rather observing your mind. If it's, you're having a lot of thoughts, observing thoughts. If you're having anxiety, right, it's not about, hey, I'm going to eliminate anxiety with meditation. It's about inviting the anxiety, observing the anxiety, accepting that anxiety or accepting those thoughts, right? Accepting whatever it is that is going on. That's what meditation is. It's all about including everything. It's not about eliminating or removing the things that you don't want to be part of you. And if you do that, you find that those things that you do not want to be part of you, they will disappear. Again, it's not a set thing that you go and say, hey, today I'm going to meditate, and this is the way I want it to be. It never happens like that. Don't expect anything. Just be in the moment and observe what comes out of that. That's what meditation is. It's not about setting a standard. It's not about setting a way. It's about just accepting and just not expecting anything. And whatever comes out of there is what meditation is. But I just wanted to add that to you, Susan.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. That was a very beautiful insight. Is the actually it is the state of being. It's just a state of being. The state of being is to be is a godly state. State of being lacks nothing. Therefore, it has no expectations or desires of anything. The state of being, you lack nothing, is the state of God. If you lack nothing, you desire nothing. You just be. You just be. And it is, and don't try to formulate how to experience God. Don't formulate anything. Don't have any expectations of anything. Just be. Just be. Because, let me tell you, the reason why I'm telling you to be and just know that everything is God and claim God from everything, because your desires, you have your heart desires which will make you happy. But let me tell you one thing. When you get to experience God in everything, it surpasses your old desires. When you experience God in anything, your desires are nothing. So focus on your breath and just don't try to do anything. You can meditate anywhere. You see, like for me, when I'm meditating, the fan can be moving on, there can be music playing somewhere, there can be noises. Me, I can meditate anywhere, even in a disco club. I can, even that, not only in a disco club, but myself. Most of the times when there's a spiritual video which is has got some insights, and I could even be listening to it while I'm meditating. Just being there, present, and getting deeper revelations out of that, contemplating of that, just being present at that moment, aware of that. Just be. And one thing, when you become into this state, when you practice this, you'll get a lot of insights. I was telling Sheila Jana, I was telling her that most of the insights I share with people, for me, nowadays I don't read books. I stopped reading books long time. I never watch in YouTube. I will be watching stand-up comedies, because when I am practicing the present moment or the moment when I have nothing, I will always get insights. And I will get insights, they just pop up from nowhere. I will just be noting in my journal. And then I came to realize that someone posted a video talking about this and this. When I listened to it, it is new, but I know this. And I didn't learn from nowhere. No matter how mysterious that person will be, no matter how deep they will be, immediately they start talking that I know this. That is the importance of breath. Breath is what does the breathing is the Spirit of God. No one does the breathing. No one is breathing. People are busy running up and down looking for money. No one is breathing like Kamau, I'm driving now my truck. Okay, I stop now. I'm breathing now. Okay, finish breathing. I'm driving. No, no one knows even if they are breathing. They only know what they are running after. So that which breathes is not you. The Bible is very clear. It is the Spirit of God that giveth life. Immediately it stops breathing. We change the title now. We don't call you Miss. We call you the late. So breath is what connects you to the Spirit. It is the breath that connects you to the Spirit. Don't try to figure out anything. Like what we are, even, let me tell you one thing. Even what we are teaching, don't take anything final. Immediately you take everything final, you're going to limit yourself to a certain level. Don't take everything as final. Even what we share here, these are our perspectives and our opinions. Whatever, like for me, whatever I'm sharing, it is up to that level of my highest spiritual perception. It is, and when I say my highest spiritual perception, it doesn't mean that my highest spiritual perception is the toppest. No. Maybe I am, what I'm sharing is from my highest spiritual perception, but it is when you look at the graph, I am down there. So meaning that it is called infinite. You never cease. That's why I'm telling Sheila every day. If today I come to define God this way, tomorrow I define him in a grander scale, take that. Because to me, he is ever knowing, ever growing, ever expanding. Therefore, every day he becomes new. Every moment he becomes new. Doesn't have a final name. Immediately something has been named, has been identified and named. That which has been identified is not God. It is part of God.